Oh, hello, welcome to She Has Plants. In today's video we're going to do a walkthrough of my plant shelves as promised, and just everywhere, every surface that has plants. I actually filmed this in the evening so that the plants are not backlit, but that you get a good idea of where things are situated with respect to windows. So I hope you're ready. So starting off with my bedroom, all I have is the snake plant and the philodendron Brazil. It has been a little while since my walkthrough, and I've come to realize that things are going to constantly be changing here. As long as plants are growing or they're dying, something's got to give and things get updated, and I have to rearrange things according to the lighting and the seasons. Just have things like chopsticks, the orchid fertilizer, and the things I'm supposed to use to make the macrame hangers that I have just been procrastinating on. Liquid root stimulator. On the other side, the rest of the stuff is really just things my mom already had. I've just put them all together here. These are actually scoops for dried goods. I got this at Winners, aka Marshalls in the US, or TJ Maxx. Really handy for repots, so I keep these here. I've got more takeout stuff. These are so handy. They just work so perfectly. For instance, I've got this, which is a 5-inch pot, philodendron Brazil. I'll put it in. Sometimes I'll just make the top a bit wet, but I'll water this and leave it for a while. Take one of these trays, drain it out on that. And it's just a super easy process for me to not have to be going to the sink and making a mess elsewhere. Although this desk has seen better days. I mean, look, this desk is like 12 years old. It's the IKEA Alex desk, and yeah, it just doesn't look great anymore. So I figured it might as well use it here. On the windowsill, this is just decoration, propagations, of course. So I've got a trellised plant here, another trellised hoya. That is a sequence candle that I already had. I'm pretty sure it was from Winners. It bounces off pretty late in the afternoon. Love this pot from Winners Home Sense. A lot of my pots are from Winners Home Sense or Dollarama, believe it or not. Sometimes Indigo or Simon's. Maison Simon's, that's like my favorite store for clothes and for home accessories. Not sponsored, but that would be like my dream consumerist sponsorship because I love their stuff. Then here, I've got my T5s from Canadian Tire. I've got a metal tray. I use candle holders or that Dollarama pot. This is I believe this was a Pier 1. Imagine Pier 1 imports. They were so awesome, but they closed down long ago. It was back in the 90s when all that blue glass was in style. I love that style, so here I am. I'm repurposing it for something that I love. This was a random tray that I got in some sort of gift basket. It used to be in the kitchen. Pretty sure this was to hold it was a candle holder. Yeah, something like that. It's probably from Winners. What isn't from Winners here? Oh, this is a Walmart pot, but I just thought, I kind of wish that the bottom portion was more on full display, because look at how pretty that is. It matches the plant so nicely because it is a Hoya Crimson Princess. So the new foliage comes out that peachy color, peachy pink, and then you have like the peachy pink on the bottom. Ooh, obsessed. This pot, ooh, I love this one. This is from Winners as well. My trellis, Dollarama. Trellises are great to just stick in the corner when, well, I have this plant sticking in the corner and below so that it looks like there's less plants, but it benefits from the grow light and from light from the window, and you know, it's a pothos. It's a golden pothos. It doesn't need that much. This, by the way, I forgot to mention, I don't know where this stand is from. It's a metal stand and it's so freaking awesome. I have a piece of plastic down here so that I can basically soak it all the way through because it doesn't have a nursery inside or anything. It's planted directly into this. But it has a drainage hole, which I have uncovered, and it just drips onto there. And it works perfectly fine for me to keep the area tidy without actually having to move the plant to water it. Because those ceramic pots are so darn heavy. If you've been enjoying this video so far, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what types of planty videos do you enjoy watching the most, because I'm curious. The bottom shelf just has a lamp and 2 spare pots, and they work as good decor. I've got a croton here, one of the 2, and I figured whatever, it receives indirect grow light. I don't really care about making it grow. The other day, this used to be beside here. I went to turn on this light. This light was actually in the corner, so I would have to reach inside while the cacti was here. And as I swiped away from turning on the light, I could hear like a swoosh. And I swear to God, I could hear the spine stabbing my finger, and it was awful. Anyways, I pulled it out, it's fine. But it was not nice, so I don't care. You know what? If it's me or the cactus, I choose me over the cactus. Thank you very much. Here's my orchid. I have it in a cache pot from Winners. I've already told you guys where this stuff is from, but just in case you didn't want to watch both videos. The roots are wanting to get out of this, so I don't know if I have to look at it. It's growing out of the freaking pot. It also has a lot of aerial roots coming out, and it has healthy, juicy looking roots as you saw before, so quite happy with that. But now I think I'm gonna stop watering it to give it, I don't know, I want to stress it. I want it to get a bloom spike, man. It's starting to get colder too, so I don't know. My boyfriend's mom, yeah, she gets it to bloom all the time, and she does the whole classic put an ice cube in it, but I've heard not to do that, so I don't know. We'll just see. It was in really bad condition before, and now it's much better. I also took 2 leaves off the bottom. I'm sorry, this is not supposed to be a plant update, but there you go. It's on this stand, and this stand, I told you guys I don't like it. I still don't, but having it here and at this angle just kind of makes it like, it's cool. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's not getting on my nerves. The plants are kind of distracting me from it, and I made sure that the pots were white as well, so it just makes plants focal point, and that's it. Full disclosure, bottom corner way down here with the cart. The utility cart just has soil and props and things. The bottom corner there has spare pots that are nesting, and I've got a pot that I recently undid because I repotted the item and I was too lazy to deal with emptying that out. Then there is this Mamillaria espinosissima, which the babies they're getting big. They're getting bigger and bigger by the day. I want to cut them off, but I gotta get the stuff to I forget, there's like a powder that you put on them. If you have any experience doing this, let me know. I'm thinking of just getting rid of the shaft. And again, another plant update you didn't want to know about. You didn't want to know. I got this basket at Simon's Home. It was on promotion. Now it's like 20 something dollars, so it's not on promotion anymore, but I always order online from them, and I use Rakuten, and I have cash back on my credit card. I'm really strategic. You get double the points and you get some money in return. Anyways, I have a couple of props in here. I've just consolidated these together, but right now I'm just using it as a prop. I don't like really love the way that it looks, but I might style it later properly. But for now, I mean, I just like having pothos as filler in areas that I don't want to use for plants that I'm trying to optimize, but I want to keep symmetry. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? So I'm obviously still decluttering my mom's room and everything, but this is where I keep her Monstera. Okay, the one thing I really regret, these are 2 cedar wood stakes from Dollarama. I should have put it with the label behind. Now you might be like, oh Alexa, just take off the plastic. No, the plastic goes almost all the way down to the bottom. So the bottom, actually it goes down to about right here. And the thing about it is that piece of wood is full of splinters on the bottom, but because I kept the plastic on just the top part, I don't get splinters. So all I want to do is like take this out, and yeah, I'm gonna like stabilize it better. This has been filling out. I didn't even know that crotons could fill out, but it started like spewing new branches from areas that were, I thought, inactivated. Yeah, it's getting better. Is it gonna like be awesome like a bush in Latin America? Probably not. Anyway, it's on a rolly thingy from Dollarama. To be fair, this is kind of like all janky now, and it's not really working well because I used to have the Monstera on it, and clearly the Monstera was too heavy. I love this pot combination, like even though it's not another generic white pot in my collection, because typically I like neutral pots. I like once in a while to have a colorful one, and this one works because for me it matches so well with the plant. You have the yellow with the yellow, terracotta vibes with the orange, and then the teal and like kind of grayish blue, whatever. It's cool. I like it. I keep a couple of clay pots in this window. What do I know? What do I know? I'm not really sure, honestly. I've got the kalanchoe there. Don't love that plant. Might throw it out. It's not doing better per se. You know what? Maybe it is doing better, but I just don't like the way the leaves feel sometimes. Dollarama pot. Anyways, this little table thing is from IKEA, but it's old. It's from the children's section. And sometimes I'm tempted to take the cover off and then just put the plants in, but in this case these two don't fit in there that easy, and I love the look of this pot. One thing I will say, this pot was really freaking awkward, but I found a pot, a nursery pot, that combined really well with the shape of this, because it actually lifts it and has it elevated, and then the bottom has a hole, but obviously, you know, it's never gonna drown in this pot. I'm using these 4-inch plastic pots from Houseplant Essentials, IKEA tins. They always have a version of this, but in this case, this actually elevates the plant from the bottoms, and yeah, I like it. It's like elevated drainage for when I'm in a rush. I always use candle holders. These are so practical, especially for these tiny, tiny pots. I love the combination. And here's how the plants are. I really love this little corner here. It's not overwhelming. I really thought I was going to use this rack for all kinds of plants, but currently I'm not. I just have a light propped up on here. I did really want to film at night because it's a different vibe, and it's easier for me to show off where my plants are situated as opposed to the windows without, you know, blowing my cover. Wild Fern said it in one of her videos, but this is definitely one of my favorite parts of the plant hobby. The styling and just being able to remix things and using nursery pots that fit with cache pots in a way. Having plants either draped or trellised. All of those things just make this hobby really satisfying to me because I get to be creative without, honestly, without even breaking the bank. Like, I know I've spent some money, but I have been really thrifty as well. I've repurposed a lot of things around my house, or I've cut plants down and changed the planter to something else that I already had. If you're still watching right now, what are you doing with yourself if you haven't subscribed yet? Go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, or you can watch the one that's on the screen, which YouTube thinks you want to watch next on my channel. All right, see you.